Once more, in the event that we erase the limits, the most enchanting heavenly body I see is the one that might be marvelous in our sky. It is this one dreadful little creature, Betelgeuse. It's a tremendous, red, extremely huge star, and in the event that you somehow figure out how to place it where our Sun is, it would extend completely to the orbit of Jupiter. This enormous star is extremely unstable and nearly exploding. However, it's not as immediate as it might seem. In the universe, these colossal events, like the most extreme supernovae, could shake everything we observe and even things we don't. But we can't see it clearly. Betelgeuse is an example of a red supergiant star, typically much larger than our own Sun. Brian Cox, along with other astronomers, believes it could explode in a supernova soon. People have become increasingly concerned about what will happen because the James Webb Space Telescope has been capturing extraordinary images of the star. When exactly will Betelgeuse erupt into a supernova, and what will the impact be on Earth? We should dive into a star in the Grand Orion constellation, which shines so brightly that even ancient civilizations noticed it. The magnificent star Betelgeuse resides on the eastern shoulder of the Orion constellation. It ranks as the second largest star in Orion, and its name originates from this position, marking it as a shoulder star. Betelgeuse is likely one of the brightest stars visible in the night sky. Despite its brightness, the star emits a striking red hue, which, as we will explore, signals potential danger. Mankind has long studied Betelgeuse. The Greek astronomer Ptolemy observed it long ago. At that time, the primary thing people recognized about stars was their color. Ptolemy saw that the star appeared reddish-orange, an ominous sign. Recently, scientists have been studying the star with much greater precision, and they now have a much clearer understanding of what makes it so strikingly luminous. One of these factors is that the star undergoes significant variations in brightness, fluctuating by as much as 0.6. Betelgeuse is a variable star, meaning its brightness changes periodically. In 2019, researchers discovered new behaviors in the star that had never been observed before. Although Betelgeuse didn't stop shining completely, its glow significantly diminished. It dimmed to a level of around 1.6, prompting scientists to investigate why such a phenomenon was occurring in one of the brightest stars in the sky. They wanted to find an explanation for why Betelgeuse was acting so erratically. According to their findings, Betelgeuse could explode as a supernova at any moment. Brian Cox, a renowned scientist, shared this alarming assessment. As a distinguished professor of particle physics at the University of Manchester and the Royal Society's professor for public engagement with science, his opinion carries weight. He also presents popular science TV shows and writes books, making his perspective well respected. Brian Cox explained that Betelgeuse seems like a ticking time bomb, one that could erupt with little warning. To support this claim, the James Webb Space Telescope has provided crucial evidence. However, some peculiarities about Betelgeuse have raised many questions. Why, for example, does Betelgeuse behave so strangely in terms of its variability? With the new data, Betelgeuse has secured its place as a prime candidate for a supernova. However, researchers still don't know exactly when the explosion will occur. The fact that Betelgeuse's mass is nearly twice that of the Sun supports this classification. Generally, stars with at least a few times the Sun's mass are considered potential supernova candidates. The situation becomes even more intriguing because scientists have used various tools to investigate Betelgeuse, such as the James Webb Space Telescope and the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory, to uncover the star's secrets. Yet, much remains uncertain. Betelgeuse was born on August 31st, an incredibly long time ago, and since then, the star has been displaying strange signs that make its future uncertain. What did scientists find? They detected curious light waves emanating from the star, which raised further interest. But this wasn't the only odd occurrence. This brings us back to the fact that Betelgeuse is a variable star, fluctuating in brightness. Reports suggested that Betelgeuse had periodic dimming episodes, similar to sunspots on our own Sun. However, the cycles were different. It now moves between bright and faint phases twice as fast as it once did. Another unusual sign of Betelgeuse's strange behavior occurred in February 2021, when the star's dimming cycle reached a brightness level of plus 1.61. This was shortly after the star had experienced a significant dimming event, marking the beginning of its unusual behavior and raising concerns that Betelgeuse might be approaching its end. The significant dimming between 2019 and 2020, reaching its lowest level, convinced many scientists that the star would explode within the next 100,000 years. However, when Betelgeuse brightened again after this unusual dimming, things became even more confusing. Astrophysicist Andrea Dupree from the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics observed that the star was now 150% brighter than usual, making it the seventh brightest star in the sky. Scientists were astonished to see a red glow emerging from the southern part of the sky. What was happening? Things only became more mysterious. This development sparked various theories about the cause of Betelgeuse's extreme dimming. It's important to highlight that not every star emits the same red glow as Betelgeuse. This glow marks Betelgeuse as a red supergiant star, the final stage of a star's life before its death. This red hue results from a surface temperature of around 3,500 Kelvin, significantly cooler than the Sun's outer layer, which is around 5,500 Kelvin. Since Betelgeuse is cooler than the Sun, it emits less energy per unit of surface area. However, it is much larger and is on the verge of exploding. We must also consider the extraordinary dimming event that Brian Cox discussed. Does it truly mean Betelgeuse will go supernova? The fact that Betelgeuse is already in its red supergiant stage indicates that it is nearing the end of its life as a star. A star in this stage often dims as it dies, and this is something scientists can detect. However, Betelgeuse's recent unpredictable behavior has made researchers even more focused on monitoring it. Today, various telescopes are observing this mysterious dimming event, trying to gather more insights. Things continue to become even more intriguing, as scientists still don't fully understand Betelgeuse's behavior. Using cutting-edge instruments, researchers are closely watching the star. The James Webb Space Telescope has been one of the most valuable tools since its launch in 2021, helping astronomers collect new, crucial data about Betelgeuse. The telescope's images of the star's dramatic dimming have shown that the event caused a massive mass ejection, around 400 billion times more massive than a typical coronal mass ejection. When Betelgeuse finally explodes, it will release a massive amount of energy in the form of light, heat, and radiation. For a brief period, possibly weeks or months, it will outshine all other stars in the night sky, even appearing as bright as a full moon. Some astronomers predict that it might even be visible during the daytime. This explosion will send shockwaves and stellar material tearing through space, creating a massive cloud that will expand over millennia. The remnants of this explosion will eventually form new stars and planetary systems, continuing the cycle of cosmic evolution. Will Earth be affected? Although a supernova is a powerful and destructive event, Betelgeuse is located around 640 light-years from Earth. At this distance, the explosion won't harm our planet. However, it may still have some indirect effects, such as increased cosmic radiation and potential disturbances in Earth's upper atmosphere. The most noticeable impact, however, will be the spectacular sight in the night sky, a once-in-a-civilization astronomical event. As for the fate of Betelgeuse's remains, it depends on its core's final mass. It could either collapse into a neutron star or form a black hole. Although scientists can't predict the exact moment Betelgeuse will explode, they remain vigilant, continuously monitoring the star's erratic behavior. The uncertainty surrounding its impending supernova is both thrilling and puzzling, as astronomers attempt to determine whether the recent dimming and brightening cycles indicate the final stages of its life, or if the star still has thousands of years left before its grand finale. What will happen when Betelgeuse explodes? When Betelgeuse finally goes supernova, the explosion will be a breathtaking spectacle visible even during the day. The burst of energy will temporarily make it the brightest object in the night sky, possibly even casting shadows on Earth. This light show could last for weeks or months before the brightness gradually fades. The explosion will unleash an enormous amount of energy, releasing powerful gamma rays, X-rays, and shock waves into space. The remnants of the star will spread out, forming a vast nebula, a stellar nursery that could one day give birth to new stars and planets. Scientists believe that similar past supernovae contributed to the formation of our solar system, meaning that events like this play a key role in cosmic evolution. Could Betelgeuse form a black hole? If Betelgeuse's core is massive enough after the explosion, it could collapse under its own gravity, forming a black hole. However, if the remaining mass is below the threshold required for black hole formation, it will instead become a neutron star, a dense, rapidly spinning object left behind after a supernova. A neutron star is incredibly small yet unimaginably dense. A single teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh billions of tons on Earth. If Betelgeuse were to become a neutron star, it would likely be a pulsar, emitting powerful beams of radiation as it spins. If it forms a black hole, it would create a gravitational anomaly, but given its distance from Earth, it wouldn't pose any danger to our planet. Scientists would have the opportunity to study the birth of a black hole in real time, an event that has never been directly observed before. How will we know when Betelgeuse explodes? Before the explosion, Betelgeuse may emit warning signs detectable by advanced telescopes. Astronomers expect to see 1. A final dimming or brightening event as the star collapses. 2. A burst of neutrinos, nearly massless particles that travel at nearly the speed of light, escaping the core just before the explosion. 3. A gravitational wave signal, which could be picked up by instruments like LIGO, Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. Once the explosion occurs, the light from the supernova will take about 640 years to reach Earth, meaning that if we see it today, the event actually happened centuries ago. The legacy of Betelgeuse. Whether Betelgeuse explodes within our lifetime or in 100,000 years, its fate will shape our understanding of stellar evolution. Scientists will continue to monitor the star, gathering crucial data that could help predict when other supergiant stars will go supernova. The ongoing search for clues. As astronomers closely watch Betelgeuse, they are using some of the most advanced technology available to gather data on its behavior. The James Webb Space Telescope, JWST, the Hubble Space Telescope, and ground-based observatories are all playing a crucial role in tracking the star's unpredictable fluctuations. One of the biggest challenges scientists face is distinguishing whether Betelgeuse's recent dimming and brightening are part of its normal variable star cycle or a sign of an imminent collapse. The European Space Agency's Gaia spacecraft is also monitoring its movements, helping researchers map out how it is evolving over time. In addition, neutrino detectors, like Japan's Super Kamiokande and the IceCube Neutrino Observatory in Antarctica, are on high alert. Since neutrinos can escape a collapsing star before the explosion itself, a sudden burst of these ghostly particles could provide the first warning that Betelgeuse is about to go supernova. Could humanity detect the supernova before it happens? Predicting supernovae is one of the great challenges in astrophysics. While astronomers understand the life cycles of stars in general, pinpointing exactly when a particular star will explode remains difficult. However, in the case of Betelgeuse, scientists are hopeful that a combination of neutrino emissions, gravitational waves, and sudden changes in brightness could serve as an early warning system. If any of these signals are detected, we may have anywhere from a few hours to a few days' notice before the explosion becomes visible to Earth. The impact of the supernova on future space exploration. Betelgeuse's explosion will not only provide a spectacular celestial event for stargazers, but will also have significant implications for space science. 1. A new laboratory for studying supernovae. Scientists will be able to study a nearby supernova in real time, providing valuable insights into the mechanics of stellar explosions. Observations of the shock wave, ejected material, and leftover core could refine our understanding of how stars die and how elements are distributed across the cosmos. 2. The formation of a nebula. The remnants of Betelgeuse will likely form a beautiful nebula, similar to the Crab Nebula, which was created by a supernova observed in 1054 AD. This nebula will be studied for centuries, offering clues about the life and death of massive stars. 3. Potential effects on space missions. Although Betelgeuse's supernova won't harm Earth, its radiation and charged particles could temporarily affect satellites and deep space missions. Space agencies like NASA and ESA will likely monitor for any potential disruptions to communications and navigation systems. How long until Betelgeuse's light fades? After the initial explosion, Betelgeuse will remain visible as a brilliant point of light for several months or even years. Over time, the brightness will gradually diminish as the ejected material expands and cools. Astronomers estimate that within a few decades, Betelgeuse will no longer be visible to the naked eye, and its remnants will slowly merge with the interstellar medium. The final fate of Betelgeuse, a legacy in the stars. Regardless of whether Betelgeuse becomes a neutron star or a black hole, its legacy will endure. It will serve as a powerful example of stellar evolution, helping future generations of scientists unravel the mysteries of the cosmos.